Thank you all for coming again. I realized last time didn't go as planned. There were a few misunderstandings, and there was some unfortunate phrasing. One of you had to go to therapy because of the Snuggle the Danger campaign, and I'm still legally not allowed to be within 50 feet of a Listerine mascot. But I stand by my work. These are the slogans that were rejected, laughed at, and even feared. One of them made a brand executive spit their coffee through their nose and question the meaning of capitalism. I call that progress. Now, before we begin, one of the slogans in this presentation does include the phrase bone juice. I'm not going to tell you where it is. You'll know when you feel it. Let's pitch. Let's start with hydration, sports, endurance, salt. You know what athletes crave. They crave familiarity. So I present to you the rejected Gatorade slogan. Gatorade, your sweat's favorite snack. It's raw. It's authentic. It's deeply moist. I tested this on actual athletes. Okay, technically, it was just a guy power walking outside of a gas station, but he said it sounded like something Gatorade would do. That's called market validation. Now, I did get some pushback. Apparently, snack and sweat don't belong in the same sentence. To which I say, why not? You think I'm the weird one here? Look, not every slogan can be sunshine and Gatorade waterfalls. Sometimes you gotta risk a little gross to make a lot of splash. Your sweat's favorite snack deserves a second chance. Alright, let's shift gears to what I like to call the do not mix these together category. These brands serve very different needs, but they all raise the same question. Why is this in my house, and why does it smell like that? Let's begin with poopery. Now, bathroom products tend to lean clinical, clean, refreshing. But I wanted to tap into the emotional core of what this spray is really all about. Which brings us to the slogan. Poopery, because some smells are criminal. Tell me that's not relatable. That's justice in aerosol form. I said, this isn't just odor elimination. This is witness protection for your dignity. They said it was too aggressive for floral mist. Then maybe they shouldn't sell something that smells like lavender in denial. Also, just to be clear, this is the only brand in today's pitch that doesn't go anywhere near your mouth hole. I cannot stress that enough. I once made that mistake with a sample bottle and a very unfortunate mislabeling. The results were cleansing, but left me emotionally scarred for life. Okay, next up, the American icon, the pressurized legend. The reason Europeans judge us. Spray cheese. Let me be honest, I didn't need to pitch them a slogan. They already scream confidence. But I did anyway, because I'm a giver. Spray cheese, dairy with no self-control. Or alternatively, cheese, but make it emotional. I told them this is for the bold, the busy, the lactose-tolerant adrenaline junkies. They told me I had
too much experience with this product.
Which is not wrong. But I maintain that eating it directly from the nozzle builds character and jaw strength.
Such a strong jaw.
If loving spray cheese is wrong, then I ain't ever been right. And finally, the one you've been waiting for. The phrase I teased at the beginning of this video. It's time for bone juice. Let's talk milk. We grew up with it, we trust it, we dump it into cereal and pretend we're not just eating wet dessert. So I pitched this to the dairy board. And by dairy board, I mean a table full of increasingly concerned interns. Milk. Bone juice for champions. That's calcium-forward branding. That's a slogan that drinks you back. They said it was disturbing, medically inaccurate, and sounds like something a calcium-deficient skeleton would sell. To which I said, "You're welcome." Bone juice. So anyhow, those are the pitches for this round of products. And if none of those made it into production, that's not failure. That's a missed opportunity for chaos. All right. So far we've pitched hydration, sneak a stink, and cheese you can weaponize. But now we get serious. Let's talk about life's little emergencies. The kind that sneak up on you like a ninja with IBS. The kind that make you whisper, "Not today," as you start praying for continence control. This segment is about products that step in when everything else is falling apart. First up, we have Subtle Butt. Yes, that's a real product, a real name, a real situation. Now the product itself is, how do I say this? It's like a dryer sheet for your cheek reeks. So naturally, I pitched them this slogan. Subtle Butt, the filter between you and a butt that says, achoo. That's poetry. That's protection. That's a flatulent firewall. They said it was too graphic. I said, you made a product that's basically a muffilter. Yeah, a muffilter. That's right. A muffler and a filter for the forbidden cheeky breeze. Let's not pretend we're above this. We are deep in the cheeks of innovation. Also, sidebar. That sample pack included instructions I wasn't ready for. They used the phrase odor migration. That lives in my brain now, rent-free, and it's pretty smelly. Now for the classic hero, the OG tummy fixer, Pepto-Bismol. You know the jingle. You know the taste. You know the moment of fear when you wonder if it's expired, but you drink it anyway.
And I am going to need new Pepto-Bismol immediately after lunch.
So naturally, I went bold with this one. Pepto, for when your stomach gives you the side eye. Because we've all been there. You eat at Taco Bell one time, and suddenly your insides are staging a mutiny. This slogan says, we don't judge, we coat. Pepto didn't love it though. They said it made their brand sound passive-aggressive. Have you tasted Pepto? It tastes like childhood and regret. Finally, the holy grail. Uh-oh, emergency underpants. You hope you never need them, but when the moment strikes, you'll be glad they exist. And you will be humbled. So I pitched the following. Uh-oh, underpants, because hope isn't absorbent. That's not just a slogan. That's a public service announcement. I told them people don't plan to panic, but we can plan for the fallout. They said, please leave. This segment was rough. Not the products, the reactions. One guy cried. Another wrote a strongly worded Yelp review about my presentation, even though I'm not a restaurant. But you know what? These slogans matter. Because dignity is fragile, and sometimes it comes in a tin. We've covered the mouth, the cheese, the cheeks, and the consequences. But now, let's talk scent. Not the gentle kind of scent. The kind that kicks down the door, slaps your senses, and screams, clean enough to fight a bear. First up, the Dragon Breath Slayer. Listerine. Liquid magma that melts the stink away. Because if your gums aren't crying a little, what even was the point? I told them this isn't just mouthwash. It's a baptism by mint fire. They said liquid magma was too extreme. I said, have you used the blue one and made eye contact with yourself in the mirror while it burned your memories away? They didn't answer. You know why they didn't answer? Because they knew. Irish Springs, the soap that didn't just clean, it conquered. Specifically, Irish Springs Intensify. Sadly, it has been discontinued. It's just gone. And I'm not okay. Irish Springs, clean enough to assault the senses. It didn't smell fresh. It smelled feral and afraid. Like someone bottled the essence of kicking a beehive in jeans and surviving. I pitched the slogan in honor of its memory. They said it was too intense. That's the point. Some of us liked smelling like consequences. If you've never experienced Irish Springs Intensify, all I can say is it made you tingle. And it was gloriously violent about it. And finally, the body spray that changed middle school forever. Axe. Apologize with fragrance.
I can smell the Axe body spray.
It's not deodorant. It's evidence tampering for your armpits. I told them your brand isn't about masking scent. It's the cologne equivalent of pepper spray, but with more citrus and less remorse. They didn't love that phrasing, but I could smell the fear under all that artificial citrus. So there you have it. Listerine burns the truth into your mouth. Irish Spring went too hard and paid the price. Axe is fragrance-based denial. Together they form a trinity of overcompensating hygiene. We lost Intensify, but we gained insight, and possibly some damaged nerve endings. Alright, look. Maybe some of those last slogans were a little misunderstood, but these next ones? These got rejected so fast I didn't even finish saying the brand name. Let's run them. Taco Bell. Taste the night regret. It's honest and delicious. Charmin. Wipe like you mean it. Why are we being dainty about it? Play-Doh. Not food, still tastes weird. You tell 5-year-old me that. She was committed. Toaster strudel. Ice it yourself. It's art. It's sugar. It's edible rebellion. Snuggies. Couch armor for emotionally cold people. They didn't love that one. Alka-Seltzer. Regret builds pressure. They said it was brand damaging. I said so is explosive vomiting. Velveeta. Cheese you can't legally prove is cheese. The truth hurts, but it melts beautifully. Pizza Bites. Melt your taste buds into submission. Crocs. Like walking on shame and confidence simultaneously. Red Bull. Wing-related side effects may vary. This next one, was the only one they didn't reject. Because it made them cry. From laughter. Or fear. Maybe both. Life cereal. It's still here. Somehow. Okay. That was a lot. But I'm not done pitching. Somewhere out there, there's still a slogan that will actually get approved. Maybe. And if not, I've got an entire whiteboard of disasters that didn't even make it into this video. Ones that were deemed too unhinged even for this. There's one pitch in particular that they banned before I could even read it out loud. It's on screen now. It involves nostalgia and betrayal. Trust me, you're going to want to see that one. It only gets worse from here. So click, watch, laugh, and repeat. I'll see you over there. And until then, stay blessed, my friends.